the Maintenance Act, Part 6, Maintenance Orders. Alright? So remember now, while I'm not an attorney at law, I find that some parts of the Act are quite clear, but some of it would need the expertise of an attorney at law, especially one who has experience in these matters. Alright, so we continue. This is section 11, order for maintenance. A court may, on application by or on behalf of a dependent, remember now the dependent, might be a child or might be an adult who is not able to take care of themselves, but who you are responsible for. It could be your parents, it could be your grandparents. On the application on our behalf of a dependent, can order the respondent named in the application. So the respondent would be you, who the court says you must maintain that dependent. Order the respondent named in the application to maintain that dependent. And in making such an order, the court shall, whether the order is a monetary order, where the order is a monetary order, determine the amount to be paid thereunder. Section 12, application for order of maintenance. Subsection 1, an application for an order for the maintenance of a dependent may be made to the court by the dependent. So, your parent, your father, your mother can take you to court to maintain them. Or in the case of a dependent referred to in section 8.1a or b. Section 8.1a or b. Let me see. Section 8.1a or b. A person's name. A child. Talking about the dependent who is a child. A parent of the dependent, or in any other person who has care, who has the care and custody of the dependent. So somebody else can take you to court to maintain a child, or your parent or grandparents. Subsection 2, where a local authority or other government agency is providing assistance in respect of the maintenance of a dependent. So it could be the Poor Relief Department is maintaining your grandparents, or there is some other assistance, government assistance to your grandparent, or an application for such assistance has been made to the local authority or other government agency by or on behalf of the dependent, an application for a maintenance order may be made to the court by the local authority or other government agency. Okay, so here, if your grandparents are being supported by the Poor Relief Department or an infirmary or some other government agencies assisting them, then that government agency can take you to court to help to maintain your grandparents. That seems to be what that is saying, right? Section 13, manner of proceedings in resident magistrate's court. Subsection 1. Proceedings in a resident magistrate court or a family court, as the case may be, for maintenance under this act shall be by way of summons. By way of summons. I look up the word summons online. A summons is an order to appear before a judge or magistrate, or the writ containing such an order. Okay, so it's a document telling you that you are ordered to appear in such and such court and such date. So you are being summoned to attend court. 2. A resident magistrate or judge of the family court, as the case may be, may hear and determine the matter in the absence of the respondent, where the resident magistrate or judge is satisfied by evidence upon affidavit in the form set out in the schedule that a summons in respect of the proceedings were served on the respondent at least 7 days before the date of the proceeding. So you get the summons even if you refuse to attend court. They can still have a hearing in your absence and determine that you are to provide maintenance. Alright, I just looked up the meaning of an affidavit. In law, a written statement confirming by oath or affirmation for use as evidence in court. So it's a written statement that can be used as evidence in court. Alright. Section 14. Power of the court. Reapplication. Subsection 1. In hearing an application for an order under Section 11, the court shall act in accordance with subsection 2 if satisfied that a. The dependent is entitled under this act to be maintained by the respondent named in the application, and b. The respondent, remember the respondent, would be the person who the court orders to do the maintenance. The respondent has failed to fulfill the obligation to maintain the dependent, right? In hearing an application for an order under Section 11, the court shall act in accordance with subsection 2 if it is satisfied that you failed to live up to your maintenance order, right, to fulfill the order. First, that the dependent is really entitled to be maintained by you, but you have failed to carry out the maintenance. That is subsection 2. Alright, so subsection 2, which we are about to read, applies, is affected by these conditions that the person is really entitled for you to maintain them, but you have failed to do so. Subsection 2. The court shall inquire into the matters referred to in subsection 4. And if the court is satisfied that the respondent is able to maintain or to contribute to the maintenance of the dependent, the court shall make a maintenance order that the respondent pay either to the dependent or to some other appropriate person named by the court in the order such periodical sum as the court thinks fit, right, for you to pay the money, whether over a period, whether per week, per month, or whatever, as the court thinks fit, having regard to the relevant circumstances specified in subsection 4, which we haven't reached yet, or such other order under section 15 subsection 1 as the court considers appropriate. We are at section 3. Section 3. Where an application is made under section 12 subsection 2 by or on behalf of a local authority or other government agency, it shall be lawful for the court to further order the respondent to pay to the local authority or other government agency such additional periodical sum as the court thinks just as reimbursement for assistance given. So if your parent or grandparent is being supported by the government agency, they can take you to court and that you pay them to help support your parent or grandparent, provided that the total amount payable under this subsection shall not exceed the aggregate amount of assistance given by such local authority or other government agency to the dependent. Okay, so if they are contributing $15,000 every month, they cannot order you to pay them more than the $15,000, right? The amounts that you have to pay to them must not exceed the total amount that they are already paying in maintaining your dependent. We will look at subsection 4 in another video.